welcome to your 4 to 5. Look who showed up on a Friday.
Hey, how about it?
Hi, friends. We're glad you're here.
Yes.
It's the B team.
I don't know. I think it could be like.
We'll call ourselves the replacements. How about that?
Ooh, the replacements.
The newbies.
There you go.
All right, so I'm Tanya Rivera. Tim Buckley.
Hello.
Ben
Ben
Briscoe.
Not
Everyone
that
else,
you don't know us. We're just not normally at this time.
because everyone else obviously off on vacation, having a great time.
Enjoying this beautiful day, by the way.
Sounded like a good idea. Today is a beauty outside.
Tomorrow,
Yes.
though, maybe not so much.
Yeah, tomorrow has some problems. So we're going to be talking about this issue for your weekend forecast. Let's just dive right into it. First off, it is beautiful outside. Going to confirm that here for you. We have sunshine, and right now it is 80 degrees. Now, what you don't have is a lot of humidity. So sometimes 80 can feel really warm and sticky. Today, it's actually just pretty comfortable, and that's what we have right now. There's a bit of a breeze. The flags are really blowing around at the moment. Winds are steady at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. So gusty, breezy, and warm. That's where we are right now. That's where we will stay really for the rest of your Friday evening. Maybe you want to check this out. The Grasshoppers are in town yet again. First pitch temperature should be right around 79 degrees. There's no threat of rain. Not for tonight. This, though, is what's on the way for tomorrow. You'll notice showers and storms in Kentucky right now, Tennessee, Mississippi. Not terribly far away from us, so it'll be moving closer to the Carolinas into tomorrow. And whenever I show you this map with the different colors, what this means, it's the risk of severe weather. We rate it on a 1 out of 5 scale. For Greensboro and Winston-Salem and most of the Triad, we're in this green shade, a 1 out of 5, a level 1 threat. Closer to Raleigh, a little bit more likely for severe weather tomorrow. They're at a level 2. Let me show you the timing on this. We're looking at the morning. Scattered showers will start the sunrise time frame and kind of carry us through about 11. After that, that's when the storm threat begins. We're looking at between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for a threat of storms. Notice most of us in the Triad between 12, 1, 2 o'clock or so. Once we get past 3 o'clock in the afternoon, almost all of those storms are gone. So we're in good shape after that. But I want you to stay weather aware. Midday, there could be some gusty winds, maybe some damaging winds, and also some lightning and downpours with that rain sliding through.
All right, right now, the battle over abortion rights is the focus of the Supreme Court. The justices have until midnight tonight to decide whether to allow the nationwide use of a commonly used abortion pill used for medical abortions.
Now, this comes after weeks of back and forth over this prescription pill. Earlier this month, a Trump appointee judge blocked the FDA's approval of the drug, pulling one of 2 medicines used in abortions from the market.
But that's not where it all ended, because later an appeals court struck down the judge's ruling, allowing the pill to be sold, but with tighter rules on how it is prescribed and how it is purchased.
Today's possible decision is the first major abortion-related case the Supreme Court's decided since overturning Roe v. Wade last June.
And Democrats in Congress have been trying, of course, to make access to abortion the law of the land, but they've made very little headway.
We are in control, quote unquote, of the Senate by 2 votes on a good day, where the Republicans control the House of Representatives. The notion of a legislative fix doesn't reflect the political reality of the Congress that we're facing.
Republicans controlled houses passed national abortion bans in 2013, 2015, 2017, but say that they're not trying to do that again this year.
It works through a committee. The Supreme Court has made that decision. It goes to the states. The states will take up that issue.
And the issue is already front and center for many headed into the 2024 campaign.
Here in North Carolina, House Republicans have reached an agreement on a potential abortion rights restriction. Speaker Tim Moore says the new plan is a ban on abortions in our state after about 12 weeks of pregnancy. That would be having certain exceptions for the ideas like rape, incest, defects, and protection of the mother's life. Right now, abortion is legal up to 20 weeks in our state. To be really clear here, no laws or bills have been passed or even filed yet, but Republicans say they have come to an agreement about possible legislation. This is still a long way away from becoming law, but we'll keep you updated on what happens next.
All right, let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. The spring High Point Furniture Market kicking off tomorrow. The market is, of course, not open to the public, but it certainly brings big business to the city. Vendors from all over come into town, showcasing the latest trends and design.
We take the market very seriously. Being based here, we're able to bring our full team, our full presence. We've got an incredible new showroom, and our warehouse is just 5 minutes down the road.
The furniture market is a week-long event, so plan to see more traffic than usual. The High Point Rockers also have an exhibition game tomorrow, so if you go to downtown, you need to plan ahead. Happening right now, Triad Stage is holding a huge warehouse sale and giveaway. We've got a live look for you right now from the Nussbaum Center on South Elm Eugene Street. That is where they're giving costumes, props, set pieces away, or for low dollar amounts. The best part, most of the stuff is free. If you can't make it out today, you've got plenty of time. The event runs tomorrow and Sunday as well. Triad Stage recently canceled a show due to financial constraints, but they're urging you not to make any assumptions about their future with this whole warehouse sale. They say it's just clearing out unneeded things.
And 2 Triad school districts are holding career fairs this weekend. Davidson County Schools is looking to fill several positions. Interested candidates are encouraged to stop by Davis Townsend Elementary tomorrow. That is from 9 to 11. Alamett's Burlington School Systems is also in need of employees. Its hiring event is tomorrow from 9 to noon at Highland Elementary School. And while you're out and about this weekend, stop by and see us at Harris Teeter and Friendly Center. We are teaming up with the Greensboro Urban Ministry to address food insecurity in the Triad. Collecting for our Food to Families drive this Saturday, April 22nd. Hey, it's not just at Harris Teeter. There are 16 drop-off sites. Check out our website for a full list of drop-off locations and needed items. Rounding out the weekend is the annual Human Race. You'll remember it got postponed earlier this month due to rain, but now it is finally back on. The race kicks off Sunday morning at 8:30 in LaBauer Park. If you make it out, make sure to say hi to Julie and Tanya. They'll both be emceeing the events.
Buzz over recent changes on the social media site. The company recently removed the verification labels. You know them as the blue checks, right? They removed them from any accounts that don't pay a monthly fee. Well, those blue checks served as a way to identify journalists, city and state pages, government officials. Entities have the option, of course, of paying the fee and keeping the check. However, several of them, many of them, have decided not to do that. Well, without the verification mark, any page can function as an official page. So I want to give you this right here. Earlier this week, the official Twitter account of the New York City government tweeted, "This is an authentic Twitter account representing the New York City government. This is the only account for NYC Gov run by New York City government." But just a few moments later, a newly created imposter account posted with only 36 followers posted, "No, you're not. This account is the only authentic Twitter account representing and run by the New York City government." So you can see how this might be a little confusing. It's unclear if more changes will be made to Twitter verification rules, but this is one way to see that pages are legit. So, I mean, I got to say, in the corner of some pages, they have some grayed out markings from the blue checks signaling that they were once officially marked pages, but really, is that where you're going to look? I don't know.
And not everyone has that. Mine doesn't.
Mine doesn't have that either.
So this is a mess.
This is the Wild West, y'all.
It's crazy. You can just do whatever you want.
So I think at first people thought, oh, this is like journalists and stuff saying, "Wah, I don't have my blue check." But it really is a chaos issue.
Absolutely.
It is a chaos issue because if you think that you're listening to your city government and something is happening, an emergency, and an imposter says, "No, this is not an emergency," it could be a matter of life and death for you.
Absolutely. And the blue check was created to be able to differentiate, the real from the fake. And now that that is no longer a thing, we don't know what's going on. I mean, you have to do more research. You have to dig into even more than you already had to do to make sure that, this was a legitimate article or news source or anything like that. But now it's just adding more work to the user, and I think it's going to make it easier for all types of craziness.
Yes.
So the best advice that I've seen so far is if you want to know if someone is real, go to the other sites like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok even, check them there.
Yeah. And I'd like to think that people will do that, but I think
they
that
won't.
people, they scroll through, they look
absolutely
at
not.
stuff and they want to believe that that's what it is, and that's what they either believe or share or
Absolutely.
pass on.
And because, as you guys already know, there was the other little mark that people were getting confused with, the blue check mark, before this even took place, when people were trying to mimic accounts that were verified.
Right.
So now this just opens the door for anything.
You know what this really speaks to, though, is the fact that we live in a time when someone can say something so outlandish, you don't know if they're the real person or not.
Exactly. This is a mess.
I can't remember it ever being like this before.
I don't get it. I think it's a money grab in my opinion, but
We're going to see what happens.
Let's
I
see-
mean,
exactly.
this is what's happening today. It could change in the next 24 hours. Who knows?
We'll be right back.
All right, time is running out to get some little critters away from your house. You see, North Carolina Wildlife is urging homeowners to look for signs of bats in their homes and to safely relocate them now. Yes, I said relocate. You see, the best way to know if the flying friends are living among you is to check for, I hate to say this, small bat droppings. And they look kind of like this, dark, shaped like grains of rice, easy to crumble in a tissue. If you don't get rid of the bats now, you may have a bigger problem on your hands very soon, because roosting season begins in May and baby bats are not able to fly, making them really hard for you to get rid of them.
I'm never going to be able to eat raisins again after seeing those bat droppings. One North Carolina student says a bat scratched her leg while inside the bathroom of her high school.
I was using the bathroom and I was looking at my phone, then all of a sudden a bat from the top of the stall flies down and lands like on my leg right here, and I flick it off with my hand and I just start screaming.
The student says she didn't realize she got scratched until she got home from school. In March, the principal posted a picture holding up 2 bats they found in the school in a cup. She's really happy about that.
Yes.
Right now, the student is being treated for possible rabies and feels like the incident could have been prevented. Yikes.
Yeah.
I want no
Kind of
part of
spooks
this.
me out a little bit.
Yeah. Now we have bats that fly around in our backyard. We can see them swooping and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. And that's not a bad thing to
They eat
have.
the bugs,
They
that's
eat
great.
the bugs, and you can have like a bat house, like on one of your trees, like well behind you. But you definitely don't want it in your house.
Do you install this bat house? It's like something you put up special for them?
You do.
Okay.
No, you
Yeah.
just put up the bat signal. They come flying.
Okay, hey, you know, earlier in the show we mentioned one of our meteorologists is all too familiar with dealing with bats. Have you heard this story?
No.
It's not you. Aren't you glad? The Good Morning Show at 9 o'clock. Here's Christian.
Rabies shots, I don't know if you've ever had to have one.
I have.
Oh, that's right.
Had a whole series
you had
of
the
them.
whole bat situation
Had a
happen to you.
whole bat situation.
Did that hurt, the rabies shot?
Let's see. I mean, it didn't feel good.
Right.
But the way they did them, and I'm not sure if they still do them the same way or not, but the way they did them then was it was all based on age and weight. And so the first night I had 4 shots to like get it going. I think my mom and dad had 5 or 6, and my brother might have had 6 or 7 that night, really to get the whole process going. And then that was a whole summer long, event. We'd have to go back every few weeks and get another booster and another series before we were all said and done with it. So been there, done that. Not a fun thing to
Not
do.
fun.
So a little backstory here. He was in the shower and he saw a bat. And so since they didn't know if anybody in the house had been bitten by the bat or how long the bat was there, everybody had to get rabies shots.
It's crazy that you could not know if you got bit by a bat.
Right? You would think that it'd be a big thing, but bats are really little.
You would think you would not forget that. It would be burned in your memory.
You could have had them while you were sleeping.
Oh.
Wow.
Think about that. Think about how many people eat a spider because their mouth is open.
No, we don't want to think about that.
So I was bit by a squirrel when I was a kid, and I had to have the rabies shot too. It's not pleasant.
Why did you? Okay.
I'm not trying to laugh at you being bit by a squirrel.
Were you trying to feed the squirrel?
No, it attacked me in the backyard while I was playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Most interesting animal you ever got bit by? For me, it's a goose. You know those big mean
Yes.
geese?
Those mean suckers.
We were feeding ducks, which you're not supposed to do, and I don't do it anymore, but I was like 5 years old. And we were throwing bread at them, and
Yeah.
there was a goose who wanted it, and he just came up and bit my hand.
I've been licked by a giraffe. I haven't been bit by anything.
Count yourself as lucky.
This is why you watch the 4 to 5.
Hey, let us know on
You're
Facebook
welcome.
what animal has bitten you. Curious.
All right, everybody, so today another beautiful sunny afternoon. We still haven't had really any rain this week, so dry weather has been continuing. Temperatures look just like this, right around 80 in Greensboro, 82 for you in Burlington, some upper 70s over in the foothills earlier this afternoon. Now, we are watching a weather system that will bring us rain for tomorrow, and this is going to affect your Saturday plans a little bit, mostly in the morning and the midday. Right now, the storm system is still pretty far to our west, but waking up tomorrow morning, there will already be some scattered showers in the area, and then midday is when we have a better chance for some downpours and a couple of thunderstorms. It'll all be clear of us by 4 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, so after that you can do whatever you'd like for the rest of the weekend. Now behind that, there's actually some pretty strong cold air or cool air moving in. Sunday, it's a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, but we're only warming up into the mid 60s by the afternoon, and we'll have some chilly mornings early next week as well. Wanted to let you know about the storms tomorrow. There is at least a low threat of severe weather. We could have one or two that get strong. We're in a level 1 risk here in our area. Let me walk you through the timeline. This is 7 a.m. Notice rain in the foothills at that time. We'll start to see some downpours and showers as earlier as 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, and then closer to midday is when we want to watch a little bit more carefully for that thunderstorm chance. This is 1 p.m. on our maps, then by 2 and 3 o'clock it's starting to move past us, and certainly by 4, that's when you can expect the sun to peek out from behind the clouds again, so we'll be dry at that point. Bottom line, on again, off again, heavy rain and storms tomorrow morning and midday, but you're clearing out by the early and late afternoons. The main concern with any of those storms, by the way, would be for some hail or also some damaging wind gusts, but only a couple of us would see that, not everybody. Here's your weekend forecast on the whole. The high temperature tomorrow will be around 72 degrees, but it cools quickly once that front pushes through. Sunday, much colder out there, 44 in the morning, 65 for Sunday afternoon with lots of sunshine. Looking ahead to early next week, we're going to have temperatures around 63 on Monday, 64 on Tuesday, but the mornings will be quite chilly. Low 40s to upper 30s, both of those early mornings. That will be the coldest that we get. After that, rain potential starts to build back in. April showers again Wednesday, Thursday into Friday. So things have been dry. You've had to water the garden a lot lately. Not so much next week when that rain starts to move back into our area. And you'll notice no more 80s in the 7-day forecast. The heat and the warmth will take a little bit of a break over the next 7 to 10 days in our area.
Check Jalen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, getting your kids to eat their veggies can be a never-ending struggle, but new research says taking your time at the dinner table really can help. So let's connect the dots.
Having a longer dinner could encourage your kids to eat healthier food. Let's connect the dots. For parents of picky eaters, the dinner table can be a battlefield. But a new study shows adding an extra 10 minutes to mealtime significantly increased the fruits and vegetables kids actually ate. Researchers also found that cutting the fruits and vegetables into bite-sized pieces helps get more food in your kids during an extended 30-minute dinner. This study builds on other research that found there are a lot of healthy dinner habits, including turning off the TV, modeling a healthy diet, and including kids in the food preparation. But according to the Washington Post, while all those approaches increase healthy eating, extending the time for dinner actually had the biggest effect. And that's connecting the dots.
Okay, this all got us talking about the best meals as a kid. What are some of the foods you really remember enjoying? We got a whole lot of comments on the WFMY News 2 Facebook page. Kaylee says she remembers tacos being made for dinner. Another person followed up with their love for tacos too.
Because tacos are good.
Says, I grew up in Philly. My favorite was a cheesesteak.
All right, Natoya says she liked when her family made either pizza or cheeseburgers. I'm in. We also have a vote for chicken fingers and fries. They were a hit at home. And also way back with the kid cuisine meals. This one says she's loved the ones with the brownie and the sprinkles. And in Tanya's house, the go-to meal was mac and cheese. I
Chicken
like some mac and cheese. There's nothing wrong with mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, chicken fingers, ranch, French fries.
I'm gonna be honest.
You are more of a foodie.
Yeah. And my mom is an exceptional chef.
Okay, so did you eat the veggies when you were little?
There's not many vegetables I don't like. And it's
Okay.
because my mom knows how to prepare them so that they're edible.
Right, so if you boiled just the green beans,
Nah.
you boiled the snot out of them.
We can roast green
them.
beans. We can saute green beans.
Yum.
We can boil them with a little turkey meat or some ham hock.
To give them a little flavor.
Gotta have some. Can't just do straight water. But my favorite vegetable and meal of all time, and it's not even a meal, it's a side.
Okay.
Collard greens. Collard greens with anything.
Too salty for my taste.
Brother, please.
I like them with the hot sauce.
I got some for you. I promise.
Okay, I'm
like
gonna
them
try
with
them.
hot sauce.
There we go.
Okay, so I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago with my nephews. They are 6 and 9.
Okay.
9-year-old ordered at a restaurant a prime rib
Of course
with
they
horseradish sauce.
Really?
He's a veteran.
The younger one ordered tofu.
Really?
All
Yeah.
right. That's something I can't get. I can't get.
Who are kids these days?
Tofu is just not.
I don't know. They seem to be on one end of the spectrum or the other. Either they only eat
same thing.
chicken fingers and French fries and that's it, or they're adventurous like that. One or the other.
Keep letting us know on Facebook. By the way, if you haven't checked out our 4 to 5 live stream, you're missing out. We talk about a lot of fun stuff on there during the news. We even have an exclusive Facebook group. It's called the 4 to 5 Club. Just search for it on Facebook and click Join Group. We'll be right back.
Friday, and it's beautiful outside, and lots of people called in playing hooky, but we are here.
Couldn't be us. Couldn't be us. No.
Alongside Tid Buckley and Ben Briscoe, and we are here on this beautiful day.
I'm saving my hooky day for like tubing down the river this summer.
That sounds good. You know, Chad,
yes,
he's up in the land of ice and snow, and it's still snowing up there. Why would anybody live in Wisconsin?
I don't know.
It's unbelievable.
That's why he moved here, right?
I know he did.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
So we have all heard the saying that one person's trash is another person's treasure.
Sure.
Look at all that mess. Wait until you see what this man does with it. He literally is living inside of trash.
Huh, interesting. Okay,
Looks
he's got
nice.
all of our ideas on that one. All right, but first we are going to get into some triad weather because, you know what, it is beautiful today. It will not be beautiful tomorrow.
Yeah, our bad habit of rainy Saturdays continues. And no explanation either. We have sunshine for tomorrow, or for right now, I should say. It's beautiful currently, 80 degrees. Hard to beat this. With sunshine across the area, upper 70s foothills, low 80s currently for you in Siler City, Asheboro. Hope you're having a good afternoon. It's great to be outside, and it will still be through the evening. Now, if it's a little on the warm side for you, this should help quite a bit because we have a decent breeze right now at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, you'll notice those arrows on the map. That shows you where the wind is coming from. They're all coming in from the south. That's why we're warm. When the wind is out of the south, we're bringing in that warmer air from the Gulf and places farther south than us. Hoppers are home again tonight. They're like this for about the next 10 days. First pitch 6:30, and yes, if you're going, it's perfect weather. Not always the case in April. Sometimes it's bad. Not the case right now. And even for tomorrow, I think the hoppers will be good because this cold front that we are tracking for our area, it will be moving pretty quickly. So for tomorrow, the morning and the midday is when we have to watch for showers and maybe a couple of thunderstorms. This is the risk of severe weather that we show you sometimes. And for tomorrow, we do have at least a level 1 risk of a couple of strong or even severe thunderstorms. So let's break this down timing-wise for you. In the morning, you're dry through about 7 a.m., but pretty much basically when most of us are waking up, there are already scattered showers in the area. Here's closer to lunchtime. I'm going to start paying attention to us right around noon because that's when things could get a little bit bumpier. Look right there. This is around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Heavy rain, maybe damaging wind gusts, a couple of hail reports possible as well. It'll all be through us by 4 in the afternoon, and the sun will come out. It just will take a while. Yes, it'll be nice. Mid 60s basically for much of the day. Not as warm as we've been, and then we're really cooling off. By the end of the weekend, we're going to struggle to get into those 60s. The mornings will be cold in the 40s, and the afternoons will be sweatshirt weather in the mid 60s.
This weekend, a great time to have the radar at your fingertips. Remember, you can always stay up to date by downloading the free WFMY News 2 app. Just here at the weather section for live radar and the latest timeline on the storms.
All right, let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. Right now, the battle over abortion rights is at the Supreme Court. The justices have until midnight to decide whether to allow the nationwide use of an abortion pill used for medical abortions. Now, this comes weeks of back and forth over the prescription pill. The latest move struck down a judge's ruling which allowed the pill to be sold, but with tighter rules on how it's prescribed and purchased. Today's possible decision is the first major abortion-related case that the Supreme Court has considered since the overturn of Roe v. Wade last June. Hey, calling all parents, is your teen in need of something to do when school lets out for the summer? How about a job? Guilford Works is hosting the 500 Jobs Success Fest tomorrow. Employers are looking to hire people ages 16 to 24 for the summer. The event is at the Greensboro Cultural Center from noon to 4.
And right now, 2 Triad school districts are holding career fairs this weekend. Davidson County Schools is looking to fill several open positions. Interested candidates are encouraged to drop by Davis Townsend Elementary tomorrow from 9 to 11. Alamance Burlington School System is also in need of employees. Its hiring event is tomorrow from 9 to noon at Highland Elementary. Hey, so Tanya, I'm going to read this one here. We're just 1 month away from one of the biggest weekends in NASCAR. Take a look at this picture from North Wilkesboro Speedway. You can see progress is really coming along as crews get ready for the All-Star Rave weekend. Several stars are expected to visit the Triad, including Dale Earnhardt Jr., driving his iconic Sundrop car. Tickets are on sale now. The closer it gets, the quicker they'll disappear. A lot of them already gone. You know, the Triad is home to so many great young athletes. One of the brightest stars from the Triad is Grimsley High alum DJ Reader.
His foundation, A Son Never Forgets, is preparing for his first gala. WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey joins us with more.
A Son Never Forgets Foundation was started in memory of DJ Reader's father, David Reader Sr. He was an educator for many years until he passed away. Now the Cincinnati Bengals defensive tackle and his foundation is keeping his father's memory alive, as well as working on a very special project at the same time.
You woke, man?
This is where DJ grew up. And this is the village that fostered him. So you always want to go back to where you started, where the people invested into you the most, and give back to them as well as the other places.
DJ Reader is headed into his 8th season in the NFL, and although his career has taken him to multiple different cities, he will always call Greensboro home.
People know you for what you do, and people respect you when they know that you care. There are tons of NFL players, but are there tons of NFL players who have a heart that want to help the community?
DJ's heart clearly loves his hometown. That's why every year he hosts free football clinics and back-to-school drives for the kids of the area. This year, however, the foundation is hosting its first ever gala to support a new project.
To help us raise funds to support a resource center that we're in process of putting in place in Cincinnati as well as Greensboro, and it's called Reader's Resource Room.
These resource rooms will include everyday needs like hygiene products, clothing, food, and even educational tools for students to use.
And these are some of the auction items that we have available. So wherever we are and whatever we can do, we want to make sure that people know that we will never forget you, no matter what.
The A Son Never Forgets Foundation Toast to Education will be held on Saturday, May 20th, and will feature a silent auction. If you'd like to purchase a ticket or get involved in any other ways, check out this web story on our website, WFMY2.com.
I love that I saw girls as well as little boys in that whole thing.
Yeah, it's a great time. You know, DJ, he's a great guy. I met him a couple times at some of these different things, and just his heart is clearly in the right place. He puts his money where his mouth is, and it even puts his money in places he doesn't even tell people about, which is also great and a great help out here in the community.
It's just so great to see people give back to where they came from and not forget about their past.
Absolutely, and that's what this whole gala and this whole foundation is about, to let the city of Greensboro and the people of the Triad know that, you know, it doesn't matter if he's in Houston or whether he's in Cincinnati, Greensboro will always be his home, and this is the place that his heart is truly at.
And I didn't hear in the story, do we know if he's actually going to be there?
Yeah, he will be there.
Okay,
absolutely.
So you get to see a real NFL player.
And there's a whole bunch of things available on auction, including a day with DJ Reader. They'll fly you out. They'll get you to Cincinnati. They'll have tickets. You'll have lunch, jerseys, a whole bunch of great.
Cool.
It's a whole great spectacle and a grand array of items that will be available for
Cincinnati, also one of my favorite places to visit, by the way.
It's
such
so
a
beautiful.
cool city.
It's so cool. The way they got the stadium set up on the river and just the views. It's a lot better than I first thought it was.
Because when you hear Cincinnati, you're like,
I think adjacent to Cleveland.
No, I like Cleveland. That's funny that you say that.
Now we different.
Okay. All right. Get your tickets, though.
There we go. Absolutely.
We'll be right back. If you've ever been to a Broadway play, you know they are big, bold, and spectacular. And this weekend at the Tanger is no different.
All right, so WFMY News 2's Eric Chilton got a chance to catch up with Jesse Sharp, who plays in the stage adaptation of the famous movie Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Ooh, where's he at?
It's showtime. Welcome to a show about death. I'm gonna need some help.
Jesse, thanks for being with us today. Hey, let's talk about this. Right, the first thing I thought of was this movie is so filled with special effects. How does that translate to the stage?
You wouldn't know it watching the movie, but the movie is really tailor-made for a Broadway show. I mean, with the advances in projection and lighting design, it's a huge spectacle. It's a lot of fun. And I think it's a really unique take on a movie. Some musicals are stick closer to the actual movie plot. Ours is a little bit different. We use the movie as sort of a jumping off point, and we give all the audiences what they know and love from the movie. But the Beetlejuice Broadway show is its own unique, amazing spectacle. It's very cool.
So I would imagine, from an actor standpoint, with all those special effects, that's a challenge, I would think. Tell us about that.
It is a challenge when we're in the rehearsal room in New York, learning the show, putting it up. It's just about human beings. It's just about actors talking with each other, figuring out the best way to play a joke. And as soon as we step foot on the stage, there's so many pyrotechnics, lasers, I mean, you name it. And so not getting distracted by that stuff. It took a few shows to figure it out. Now it feels like it's all one cohesive thing, but it is very different. I imagine the same way that, film actors that make superhero movies and stuff. It's like you train on the stage just to sort of have a conversation with the actor right next to you, and then you add all this amazing stuff. But eventually, I think if you have a good imagination, the actors just start believing it as much as the audience does.
Hi, I'll be your guide. I'll be your GUIDE to the other side.
So at the end of the day, it's all about the audience, right? What do you want them to walk away with? How should they feel?
The most important thing for all of us is that they have a good time. It's a big comedy. It's over the top. It's very funny, very outlandish, and so we hope that people walk out with a smile on their face and just have a good night at the theater. It's a really fun and funny show. I mean, as far as musical comedies go, this one is outrageous and really funny.
Jesse, thanks. I know you're busy, man. Thanks for taking time out. Enjoy Greensboro while you're here.
Okay, I saw this Tuesday. It is really, really funny, but it's also really kind of serious in points. I had to break out the tissues.
Yes.
Started crying.
There are some heart moments in
Yes.
Beetlejuice. That is true.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember that from the movie.
And the musical is different. There's some dead mom undertones that really get to you. But it's overall a great time at the theater.
I love that he called it outrageous. Right? Because that just means that all the fun's gonna happen, and there's gonna be things flying around and things jumping out.
Sure.
And
never know what to expect. And what was your favorite part? You were saying that the sets are really cool.
The sets are cool. The costumes are fantastic. The dancers are just really spooky and fun. There's a lot of laughs. I don't think you go a minute without laughing. Even when you're crying, the next minute you'll be laughing.
Okay.
It's just cool that we get every couple of weeks here. There's
something new and
different
magical.
show rolling in, and they bring like a big tractor trailer that pulls up to the thing. I don't know how they fit all the sets in there.
You want
and
the
then
puzzle
take
piece.
them all out.
You
It's
want the puzzle
amazing.
pieces of knowing how it all fits.
I'm thinking of packing my trunk on a vacation, and I can't get 3 suitcases in there. They get a whole set.
And you know what? I've seen shows here and on Broadway, and they are just as good here.
Quality's really good.
All right, so we asked you on our Facebook page about some of the productions that you'd like to see. Well, Renee said MJ, the musical. And then Amy said Into the Woods.
In Charlotte right now, Amy, if you want to see it.
Okay, Amber says she wants to see Stomp. And another one that she'd like to see is also Parade as well. So Melita, who's always tuning into 4 to 5, said she'd like to see Phantom of the Opera. And of course, sadly, it just recently ended its years-long stretch on Broadway. Jamie wants to know if there is a musical adaptation of Smokey and the Bandit.
Well, is there? Do we know? I don't know if we know.
We're going to Google that for you,
But I
Jamie.
think that's super funny.
I'm so excited about the next season. All the shows that are coming are actually the ones I wanted to see. Moulin Rouge,
Okay.
6, To Kill a Mockingbird,
Okay.
Tina, They're all good.
It's good to have variety. You got a funny one and like a serious one and a sad one. And
Right, one for kids, one for more adults, one that's a mishmash of all the things.
That's true. By the way, they're not all for kids.
They are not all for kids. That
Went
is
to one
true.
couple months ago. It wasn't for kids.
Jagged Little Pill?
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Frozen, though, is the next one coming here, and that is for kids.
Yes.
So sets look amazing for it.
Oh, yes. Elsa coming in. I hope it doesn't snow. Do you think it'll snow when
Is that going to
Frozen
throw off
comes
your
in?
forecast, Tim?
Will it snow?
I think it might. You know, who knows? Maybe Frozen is that powerful.
Lots of ice, that's
We
for
saved
sure.
all of our snow for May this year.
Oh no, can you even imagine? Can't.
It's all coconut flakes.
Listen, let us know what you want to see on the 4 to 5 live stream on Facebook. Please, as the news is going, weigh in. We'd love to hear your thoughts. We've also got an exclusive group called the 4 to 5 Club. Just search for it on Facebook and click that join button. We'll be right back.
Four to five club twice. 4 to 5 club twice. You must be real thin back there, Kayana.
Friday is here. We are heading into the weekend very, very shortly, of course. Temperatures are so comfortable today. You look at our numbers for this afternoon, compare them to the average. Average is 73. We're above that for today. A little cooler than we were the last couple of afternoons, but still very warm and pretty comfortable without that humidity. Looking at the radar across the eastern U.S. right now, there are a couple of systems I want to point out, especially this line of showers that goes from Michigan all the way down to Louisiana. That's a cold front. Behind that, there is some significantly colder air. In fact, right now up in Minnesota and the Dakotas, it is snowing currently, because that air is really cold. This cold front moving our way by tomorrow. It'll be here in the morning and you'll notice scattered showers. Unfortunately, as this thing has sped up throughout the course of the last couple of days, the morning plans are no longer safe from rain. So there will be scattered showers right from the get-go on your Saturday. But because it's moving quickly, we can clear everything out of here by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And behind it, we have to mention the cooler weather. It really will feel a lot different by Sunday. The morning will be a little chilly, the afternoon will be cool, but it will be sunny all day long. That's your Sunday forecast, and that chill will linger into early next week. Now, part of the cold front will be the rain, but also part of it will be the threat of a couple storms. In North Carolina, there's a level 2 risk of severe weather out in eastern North Carolina. For us, we aren't as much guaranteed of seeing bad storms because it'll be a little on the cool side, not quite as warm and muggy. The latest models coming in with a little bit earlier arrival of the rain. That could protect us from some of the bad storms, but even so, I'll be watching the radar for you between 1, 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We could have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings to pass along to you. So a good time to stay inside because some of those storms could have some hail or also some damaging wind gusts. That's what we're expecting. Main timing on that would be 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m. And again, I am guaranteeing you there will not be any rain after 4 o'clock. All of your plans beyond that time will be good to go for your weekend. Low 70s for the highs tomorrow, mid 60s by Sunday, and that chill really is lingering around heading into next week. We're looking at cool mornings Monday and Tuesday both. We actually could be in the upper 30s at times there with some sunshine. If you have plants in the ground that don't like that kind of weather, you might want to protect them with a sheet. That'll do just fine. Rain comes back Wednesday, Thursday into Friday of next week, and it stays on the cool side.
Tomorrow is Earth Day, and one man's getting really creative when it comes to tackling all that plastic pollution.
Yeah, he's part of an upcycling trend, and he hopes that this is really going to help change the world.
Welcome guys to my recycled tiny home.
Gary Benchaglib is right at home in his own plastic paradise, a dwelling made from 35,000 plastic bags.
Fully equipped with a king-size bed, a kitchen, and a full-on bathroom.
The plastic pad sits on a beach on the resort island of Bali, where he collected the trash.
Fully off the grid, powered by solar. So this is the battery storage area.
The bed frame, furniture, and kitchen cabinets were all built from plastic cups and straws.
Why not recycle the plastics that we're collecting from the rivers and really show what we can do with it?
Benchaglib started a movement 2 years ago, cleaning up Bali's iconic beaches, clogged rivers, and illegal dumping sites to stop the trash from reaching the ocean. Now his upcycling trend has hit one of the island's high-end beach clubs, where workers are busy building tables, chairs, and all kinds of accessories out of waste.
How do we minimize what goes to landfill? Because at the end of the day, it's not waste until it ends up in a landfill.
Back at home, Benchaglib says he's living proof everyone can do their part to help the planet. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
All right, he hopes to further develop his upcycled house so he can mass produce those plastic homes for victims of natural disasters.
I'm just going to say, Tina has the best job.
I know, you
These
get to fly to
Travel
Bali.
Tuesday stories she does where she flies around.
Might be better than our setup here, I'm gonna be honest. I'll see if our boss is gonna fly us to Bali. See.
I mean, you know, there's an upcycling story that we need to tell.
There's a lot of stories we could tell.
Right?
We could do food.
Right?
We could do upcycling.
Mm-hmm. We could
We're on
do food.
Upcycling.
I will say I'm impressed with the house. It does not look like it's recycled.
No, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was also a whole lot of money put into that, right?
Absolutely.
And so you think to yourself, you want to upcycle all those things and recycle all those things, but it has to be the cost effectiveness as well.
And my question is, who funded his move to Bali? That's the question.
The thing that really stuck out to me in that story was them using the rake to rake up all the trash on the beach. That was just sad to see.
There was so much trash, and I mean the different areas, like they said, they have the illegal dumping sites and just the beaches that are supposed to be beautiful, and it was not quite that, but they're doing the best they can to try to refurbish.
We'll be right back.
Oh boy. Hey, I think y'all have got the wrong guy, but here I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow?
Hello, mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
More sunshine today, but get ready for a big change. Just don't do it.
Hi there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together.
We're loving this, right? More sunshine today, but
Yeah, you heard it.
Get ready for a big change.
Rainy, stormy weather is moving in for the start of your weekend, but our weather team says the whole weekend, not a total washout.
Right, we're not going to put a damper on things, right, Tim?
Yeah, that's why you want to pay attention to the forecast, because when you do, well, then you know when